Exactly.
Do ba do ba do.
Oh, a silly guy.
And good morning, it's Monday. There's someone back there getting a bit grumpy, but me and the family, we are out to go grab some food. Actually, I think we're gonna go to the same place we went last week, which is kind of boring, but it was so good, which is kind of a statement on how good the food was. Yeah, we're gonna go back to that Turkish place. So if you didn't see, it was called the Olive Ranch. Yeah, great food, great people. Catherine just went to the pharmacy to get something for baby boy back there, and we are waiting for mom. And then we are off to grab food. And there she is.
Hello.
Hi. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
Okay, bye.
October doesn't like to know. Everyone respects the king. At least that's what he'd like to think. He has his own definition, what it is to be a man. Baby, you don't wanna light the fuse. Type of guy with an appetite for telling women that they're overweight and can't drive. Trust he won't settle, always has to one up you. Complex of a rebel or just gumption. Either way you like it, decide for yourself. The kid's quick to preach heaven as he is to raise hell. Done got a fuse, he got a light switch. Ain't a damn thing between smiling and fighting.
Foot and a hand. Foot and a hand.
It's time to build a bed. It's been here for 2 weeks and we haven't had the time yet, so I'm gonna try to start and finish this today. Wish me luck.
Ryan Little.
Problem. I finished the first third of the bed, so this is kind of like the structure itself of the bed. It's done, but now there's a second structure that needs to be built and I don't have enough space, a floor space, to build it. Alright, gotta find a solution here. Morning. It's Tuesday. Monday went way too fast. We were busy trying to get as much time together in as we possibly could, plus sorting out the house, which is still a bit of a mess since we moved in. I've been super busy, Catherine has been super busy. It's just taking its time. Anyhow, it's now 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, which means I gotta go to work. A lot to do today, a lot to work on today. My to-do list is huge. I gotta get going. Alright, I'm on my way to the academy now. Busy day ahead with a lot of things to do. A lot of people coming down to practice, a lot of people coming down for lessons. I've been thinking about What I've been thinking about lately, education-wise, and I want to start today's vlog straight away sharing where I'm at right now in terms of how I want to empower my students and all my coaching clients and everyone that watches these vlogs. I'm honestly tired of the way we are evaluating talent. First of all, I need to get it out of the way. I hate the word talent. I just find it limiting. I find it like a cop-out for those who think they don't have talent. Oh, I'm not talented, so I'm not gonna try hard. See what I mean? It's a cop-out. It's just not for me because I'm not talented. That guy is talented, I'm not, so I'm not gonna push myself to that standard. What if I tell you that that guy that you see as talented is not talented? He's just more stubborn. He or she, of course, is just more stubborn. He or she is just more passionate, but in a laser-focused way, right? Because it's not just about passion. We are all passionate for some things. We all have that thing that we would love to live for and make that our cause in life. But it's about how much you put in. It's about input versus output. If you don't put anything in, you don't get anything out. As simple as that. The way music teachers and teachers across the board evaluate progress is harming the learning process itself. And what I mean by evaluating progress, I mean we grade students, right? We tell them, you're good at this, you're bad at that, and if you're not good at certain things, you will fail. Well, what about measuring and evaluating effort, commitment, deliberate practice, amount of input? What about that? For me, it's a lot more important and also a lot more difficult to measure input, to measure effort. It's a lot more difficult, and that's why teachers don't do it, because how can they measure effort? The criteria is quite complex to understand, but I'll try to break it down. It's about attitude, it's about curiosity, it's about energy that the students bring to the classroom, it's about how many questions they ask me. And for me, for example, let me touch on that point and go a bit deeper. Questions. Nowadays, and I know that this can be very daunting, especially for teachers who just want to go home and call it a day. I always tell my teachers I'm available to teach you 24/7. That's my deal with them. Now, they have to be available to learn 24/7. I have students that never ask me questions. During the lesson, outside the lesson, they never ask questions. They know it all. And they are the ones who progress the least. See? Input. That's what I measure. And the results are obvious. So, okay, in a way, we can convert this into measuring progress, but that's not my focus though. And that's not what I promote in the classroom. I don't tell students you have to be better at this, better at that. I don't care for that. What I do tell them though, you have to be more present. You have to ask more questions. You have to be more inquisitive about the whole process. The day that you stop being interested in learning and asking questions and being curious about the whole process of learning a musical instrument or whatever field that might be, then you stop learning, and now you're just there listening to this guy talking at you, the teacher, and you're really not absorbing anything because you're not interested from the beginning. From the very beginning, you're already not interested. Now, I don't blame the students. I blame the crazy amount of teachers who promote this kind of environment that promotes like this professor versus the students, right? And I do mean versus. It's almost like they're playing a game against one another. Like the professor knows it all, the students don't know anything, so they gotta be there and listen closely and quiet and don't ask questions. Shut it, you are dumb, you are stupid, you're a failure. This is where it leads to. For me, it's about this. Any questions? And the students say, no. Are you sure? So I either explain it really well, or you're not curious enough to ask more questions. and they look at me, now they feel the challenge, right? The other thing that I promote is to ask, I ask this quite often, what's your biggest weakness right now? My students became really good at this, but this is critical thinking, and this is super important. What's your biggest weakness right now? If you ask yourself this question every day, you will grow at an exponential rate compared to if you don't ask that question to yourself. So I ask that question to my students. What's your biggest weakness right now? And often they tell me something like, I don't know. And I say, well, that's your biggest weakness right now. The fact that you don't know what your biggest weakness is. And they get it. I have to have an answer. Or else, where's my target? And that's what I'm thinking about lately. More on this later. Look at this weather though. It's cool, the sun is out.
Ryan Little.
I love this place, man. Let's play some drums. Nice. Very nice. Super nice. And that's my student's drum set. Not too shabby. Alright, let's put some work in. I've got a guy coming in to practice. In the meantime, I'm gonna work on my book a little bit, and I have to get some admin boring stuff out of the way. We got another avalanche of new students signing up, so I gotta sort out some things here, try to go through my schedule, see how I'm gonna squeeze another 5 or 10 people in my schedule, which is kinda mental. That's not acceptable. There's no coffee. I gotta sort that out. Got coffee. Now I gotta go back to the academy, get some work done, get some coffee in my stomach and my brain cells. Yeah, just now having my cup of coffee. I've been sending emails all morning, I've been sorting out admin stuff, all sorts of boring. But it's now 12:41 p.m. and I have plenty of time today to put some practice in, which means I must. Turn all your shoulds into musts. If you think I should practice today, then turn that into I must practice today. So I'm saying it here, I must practice today. I got a box. Super cool stuff. Direct Sound just sent me a pair of speakers to replace because my headphones died, at least the speakers died, and I love these headphones so much that I had to get a new pair of speakers to fix them. The isolation is incredible, so if you are not familiar with Direct Sound and the extreme isolation range, go get these headphones. They are amazing. I use the extreme isolation EX29, which is the ones that isolate the most. So they the housing is very well built. They are super comfortable to wear and I love them. And I got basically a new pair of headphones today. Great stuff. Okay, time to install these bad boys. I cannot wait to have stereo again in my headphones, because so far, since the speakers broke, I've only been able to hear from the left side, I think. So here we go. Let's fix this.
Ryan Little.
Okay, now time for some real practice. Yeah, I need a break. Just like that, I've been practicing for 2.5 hours, so I've got some work done, made some progress. Now it's all about that phantom practice to kick in and wait for those results to come. Tomorrow I'll reinforce today's practice. It's time to teach. Let's do this. And another successful day here at the Lisbon Academy. Lessons are finished. It's now 8:10 p.m. I'm gonna go home. Apparently my son is awake, so I'm gonna rush home. This time no BS. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.